I come to you this morning uh, wanting to talk with people of like mind. Uh, it's pretty sad what's going on uh, in this country. And what I'm going to focus on specifically is the hurricane season that is taking place, and that is taking place, and that is literally destroying the lives of people uh, down in Florida all the way up to North Carolina, South Carolina. We hear dams breaking in Tennessee. Uh, and these are the kind of things that we talk about when it comes to prepping, uh, building relationships. Because over and over again, I say, one of the three things that you're going to need to survive as we continue on uh, during these tumultuous times is real skills, real assets, and real friends. It's amazing. Same thing. And I'll talk about this because this is a serious issue. Uh, Real friends. I'm currently faced with a situation as to where somebody is giving me a call that is in that Asheville, that North Carolina area, and they've pretty much lost everything. And they're in a situation as to where they're pretty much destitute. And this has nothing to do with economic collapse. This has nothing to do with war breaking out. This is natural disaster because this is all encompassing. This is why we prepare. Whether it's a natural disaster, an economic situation, or war. This is why we prepare. So that not only we can be a savior for our families, but also be a benefit and be in a situation where we can assist others in their time of need. And this is why it's so important to develop real friends and real relationships because, see, we never know when disaster may strike. It can happen here. It can happen pretty much anywhere. And so what we have now is a situation as to where there's someone that I knew. It must have been like 2 years ago. And hey, you try and extend a hand. You try and see the good in people. You attempt to see how people may be a good fit. But hey, if people reject you, that's fine, all and well and dandy. I mean, after all, whether it's male, female, job, whatever, I'm from New York, and we handle rejection very well. It's okay. The idea is that you go on, relationships in, friendships in, it's okay. You move forward. However, when you have people that make poor choices and decisions, and now those poor choices and decisions have caught up to them, when you warned them, when you told them, and now they want your help. Now they see the light. Now they want you to open up your bowels of compassion for them when they're in a situation. And I'll speak on this from several different points because it's so important and it's so gut wrenching and heart wrenching. Because see, this is going to happen more and more. And is people that are prepared and has been preparing. You're going to have to understand something. You're going to be faced with these situations. Now, a lot of people are being faced with these situations right now. As the economy continues to deteriorate, as the government programs, people are rejecting these Section 8 vouchers. This is going to continue to develop. And so, I say, People need to understand that when you develop good relationships and you make good choices and decisions, people are there for you. But when you reject them, when you are in a situation where someone has pleaded with you, where someone has tried to work with you, or someone has tried to, come at you and say, this is a good thing for the long term, and they reject it, there's nothing that you can do about that. But at the same time, when those very same people come and now they have a change of heart because their situation has changed, whether they are facing homelessness or joblessness or outright disaster where they've lost pretty much everything, and now they want to come. They want to come knocking at your door. And, this is the biggest joke that we're experiencing as well, is that, listen, if I was to open up my bowels of compassion, how are you going to get here? How are you going to get here? And see, in a situation where we have calamity in this country, how are you going to get here? How are you going to move from point A to point B if there even is a situation? This is why we always say develop local relationships, because in the future, everything is going to be local. Develop good friendships on a local basis so that, hey, even in the, it's amazing, right? I would rather help somebody, right? If I knew that in their heart, if they helped me one day, and then calamity came, I'd take their whole family in. Because I understood that when it was green and everything was fine, they sincerely in their heart wanted to be a help. They sincerely in their heart wanted to coordinate, build foundation, build relationship. It's sad. All of these things are coming to pass, and people don't think that it's going to happen to them. And this is why I say over and over again that you have to not only plan for things that are within your control, but also take into consideration external factors that are outside of your control. Always give the analogy of someone that is living at the base of an active volcano. I don't think that you would want to live at the base of an active volcano and build up a homestead. I don't think that would be the wise choice and decision for you to do. However, people do it. I'm seeing people in Florida, insurance rates. Now, you got all these people in Florida. They're no longer insurable. And now they've come in, and now what are all these people going to do? What are all these people going to do? We say over and over again, build healthy relationships with people so that, if you are in a time of need, people know that you're a person that is reliable, a person that has real skills, real assets. You've been a real friend to them and they've been a real friend to you. And so therefore, in those times of need, hey, you've opened up your bowels of compassion. You can open up your bowels of compassion and so forth and so on. But, you can't do anything with a selfish person. You can't do anything that a person that is self-centered, they're all about them. These kind of people that is going to get you killed, literally going to get you killed, going to get you unalive, because they're all about them. They're all about them. And when the chips are down, they'll be about them on steroids. They'll be about them on steroids. So you need to understand that these situations are happening. They're live. I'm experiencing this right now. Where, again, like I said, this storm that took place, this hurricane, it washed the whole town away. Who's going to send you money to get here? How are you going to get here? Friends and you got family, you got children, or this. You see all of these things that people don't think of. They don't think about it at all. But when calamity hits, they no longer have time to take their selfies, and go on their trips and brag about their trips. And you see, all of this is coming to an end because now when you've lost everything, now what? Now what are you going to do? Now, because you haven't developed relationships with people. Healthy relationships with people of like mind. Now what are you going to do? See, these people cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted. And hey, I go back to the scriptures in Proverbs, because see, if you want to understand the heart of man, read the Psalms and the Proverbs. You could probably go throw Sirach and Ecclesiasticus in there as well, but read the Psalms and the Proverbs, and it talks about this kind of situation in the beginning of Psalms of how he extended out his hand, and you didn't want to accept it, and so therefore now when calamity comes up on you like a whirlwind, like a desolation, he's gonna mock you in your day of calamity. In your desolation, he's gonna mock you. And see, people don't understand that, y'all. See, they understand all of this other stuff or whatever, but they don't understand what he's talking about right there. But you have people that are experiencing this very same situation. They're experiencing this very same situation. I wish I could play this voicemail, these voicemails that I've been getting. It's pretty sad. It really is. But you're going to be in these situations, preppers and survivors. You're going to be in these situations. And they're happening. It's not like they are going to. They're happening now. Whether it's the economic collapse that people are experiencing in their personal lives, whether it's natural disasters that are taking place, whether it's a full-on war that look like it's going to be breaking out in the middle states, port strikes. You see all of these things, and people haven't prepared. You haven't prepared. You haven't taken things seriously, and then as a direct result of that, when calamity hits, now you want people like us to stop what we're doing and to throw you a lifeline. And you know what I've experienced? What I've experienced and what I've seen is that as soon as these people get back on their feet, as soon as these people can use you, they'll go right back to what they're doing. You can always tell the mentality of people just by listening to them, just by listening to their no change of thought process. They just want their current situation dealt with and addressed. They're not thinking about anything else. There's no repentance. There's no, they're just concerned about them and their current situation right now. And for the most part, probably they should. But you can always tell in the spirit and listen to people in the spirit of where they are mentally. Have they changed or have they not changed? It's amazing. You look at their Facebook profiles, because, I haven't spoken to this individual in a couple of years, but, you on Facebook, and you can see their profiles 2 and 3 days prior to calamity hitting. And boy, they was living their life. Boy, that's why I say selfies and motivational quotes. I tell you, then calamity hits. And now they want someone else to open up their wallet, open up their home, open up their resources to save them. No, it ain't going to happen here. It ain't going to happen here. And I've said it over and over and over again. And this is the funny thing. How are you going to get here even if there is a situation in this country? How are you going to get here? This is why you should be developing your local economy and developing relationships with those who are like mine in your local area. Making sure that you're having good relationships with your next door neighbors if they need help or if they need assistance, so forth and so on. You need to be doing these things. These things need to be taken very, very, very seriously. Because, see, to the flip side of this, now people may say, well, why not? You have resources. You have this and the third. No. I don't have resources for selfish people. No, I don't. You're going to deal with the situation as y'all has given it to you. I ain't got nothing, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You should have formulated good relationships and good connections and moved when you had the time to, because see, now you can't move, and now you don't have resources. Now your whole life is upside down now. And now you want people that have made the sacrifice like myself to come in and save you, and it ain't going to happen. This is a precursor, ladies and gentlemen, to what we're going to see take place in this country. It's just a precursor. We're seeing it. I'm seeing it on so many levels. It's sad. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Stay strong. Develop the relationships that you need to develop with. Stay away from selfish people. Um, uh, Develop good, sound relationships, and be an asset and a benefit onto others. This is what I can say. But a lot of people, they're not going to get it. They're not going to recognize it. They're not going to analyze it. They're not going to absorb it or apply it in their life. Because, we have this a generation, a world that people could do everything by themselves and that they don't need nobody until they need somebody. We all need others. No one is an island onto themselves. Build healthy relationships. Or if you don't and calamity hit, you'll build like this individual in Asheville, North Carolina, that everything is gone. And guess what? No one is there to help. Whose fault is that? You tell me. Shalom.